When you thought that UFC 267 couldn't get any more stacked, you're reminded of the co-meet event with the Sandman, Cory Sandhagen taking on No Mercy, Petr Yan. And this is a very interesting fight because we know Aljamain Sterling technically is the 135 champ currently, and we know technically Cory Sandhagen and Petr Yan are coming into this fight off of losses. The way we perceive how those fights went down doesn't really match up with the end result or the outcome, right? I mean, it's fair to say, and Cory Sandhagen made the point earlier this week that most of the community treats Petr Yan like the true legitimate bantamweight champ and treats this contest like it's just a title defense against Sandhagen. And it's also interesting to note that in that last performance, Sandhagen versus TJ Dillashaw, that was a razor thin decision, one where Sandhagen emerged with not a lot of physical damage, whereas TJ was definitely wearing some shots, and a lot of people thought Cory did enough to win that fight. So just a fascinating set of circumstances where you have a co-meet event, interim bantamweight championship, in a fight where both guys are technically coming in off losses. But I'm very fascinated with this matchup. I think stylistically it's going to be a lot of fun. Odds makers are pretty bullish on Petr Yan, minus 245 is No Mercy, and Sandman's getting a plus 195. 21% is rolling with him on Tapology as well, but 79% is bullish on Petr Yan, No Mercy. So how do you see this one going down? Do you see someone getting a finish? And what are just your thoughts overall on this co-meet?
This is such an awesome fight. I mean, I'm a diehard Peter Yan fan. I think he is one of the best fighters in the world right now, pound for pound. And I think it's just a matter of time till people start to really realize that he should be on that top three pound for pound list. I mean, he's an absolute savage. I mean, Alexander the Great was training with him for his last camp, and even he said, holy crap, that guy is good. Meaning, the way he took it off, I think Peter Yan was definitely getting the better of him. And wouldn't surprise me if Peter Yan absolutely starches Cory and dismantles him from the start to the end. I've noticed that Peter Yan loves to fight. He'll drop a guy, he doesn't rush in for the finish. He likes to show no mercy and punish every opponent, and I think that's what he's going to do. Even if he likes you, if he hates you, doesn't matter. He is there to put mercy, no mercy on his opponent. And I'm a little scared for Cory, but if anything, this is a good stylistic matchup. I think this is great for Peter Yan, a lengthier, very explosive, athletic fighter. I mean, he can really put out anyone at any time, but I think Peter Yan is IQ and fight and skill level is just on a whole other level, just like some of the other fighters in the other divisions, where it's like you have your best five, but the one and two are just on a whole level. I just don't see Cory as being that number two. I don't know if there is a number two. I think there is just Peter Yan, and he will reign for a long time.
Yeah, and one thing that you mentioned that really stuck out is just the patience of Petr Yan, right? It seems like he's often in situations where he'll wobble his opponent, and in circumstances where many UFC fighters, if not most, would try to rush in and immediately capitalize. Petr Yan is, it's a very patient, no mercy. It's almost like it's just a slow sizzle, right? He like wants to watch you suffer almost because he truly is just willing to extend fights, and he'll obviously put you out with a finish when he needs to, but it doesn't seem like he's ever in a rush. And I just would consider him definitely one of the most patient and methodical fighters on the entire roster, let alone at this 135 division. And while we obviously have a lot of respect for Cory Sandhagen, I mean, this is a dude with some amazing wins. I mean, that finish over Marlon Moraes, and a couple other of his finishes. I mean, that flying knee versus Frank Yeager, that was simply beautiful. And I don't think that there isn't a shortage of confidence when it comes to Cory Sandhagen, right? If you listen to him speak this week, I mean, this is a guy who realizes the opportunity that he has. It seems as though he was always preparing himself for this opportunity, even which you have to give him some credit for, because a lot of guys might come off a split decision loss, a true heartbreaker, and be down in the dumps and not ready when the call came. But props to Cory Sandhagen in that he kind of foresaw something like this happening. He stayed ready, and he seems uber confident coming in this one against Petr Yan. But I'm with you in that. I just don't think it's going to be enough. Like, even if this is the best, most refined, most confident version of Cory Sandhagen that we've seen to date, and honestly, I could see that man showing up. It just doesn't seem like it's going to be enough against Petr Yan because, as you mentioned, like he seems like his skill level is at that GOAT level, but it doesn't appear as if like the community at large, I mean, beyond like the hardcores are treating him like the, just serious potential legend that Petr Yan is. So I think this is another statement for him. I think a finish is likely, and you're probably going to be getting plus numbers for a Yan KO. So something worth inspection for sure. But I'm with you all the way. I think he shows him no mercy. So any last thoughts on this co-meet meet?
No, this is probably my most excited fight.
Mhm.
I'm very excited to see. I love Petr Yan. He's definitely my favorite fighter. So a little biased, but this dude's an absolute savage. He's gonna get it done, nonetheless. But yeah, boys, make sure to subscribe. Throw in the comments. You guys got the Sandman? Am I delusional? I don't know. Let us know in the comments, and make sure to smash that meat and subscribe.